Hey guys, before we get into this podcast this week, we just want to say thank you guys for supporting this channel, and we would just love it if you guys like this video. It helps us spread it to more people, get seen by more people, and if you guys like content like this, YouTube will start to recommend videos like this for you, so you'll get other cool content as well. So please like this video.
Subscribe
if you're not already. Turn on the bell notification so then you get all the videos on time and you don't miss a video. Lastly, if you haven't, go over to Upstream International and check out our website and learn a little bit more about our mission and what we're about, and consider supporting us. That would be awesome. Thank you guys.
Now let's roll into the video. I would just say that if you take anything from this, to just be in prayer, just like pray for your neighbors, pray for your family, pray for Trump and Biden, pray for everyone. And just, if you feel anger in your heart, or you feel like you're kind of like, this is kind of hitting to home and you're like, wow, I'm kind of not showing love as best I could, just pray. Like, the best way, the closest way you can get to Jesus is through his word and prayer. So I just encourage you to pray. I don't know how many times I just said pray in that sentence, but you just need to be praying.
Well, yeah, and I think...
And ask God for love. Ask him for the fruits of the Spirit. Patience, love, all of them good fruits. Ask for them.
I think we can often fall into the trap of doing things, but ultimately... prayer is the most powerful thing we can do, because like the word just said, for I know that nothing good dwells in me, that is in my flesh. For I have desires to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. Like, the only thing good that dwells in us is our spirit. And so if we're praying, that's going to be, very fruitful compared to what we try to do out of our own flesh.
And since we just jumped into a little tidbit of prayer and just the power of prayer, like, it's literally insane. And I think that sometimes we say prayers and we don't see them answered right away, and then we're like, oh yeah, like, I'm just praying and talking to God, but like, I don't really know what's going to come out of it. God always either says yes, not right now, maybe, and you might not see it tomorrow. You might have prayed a prayer 2 years ago that's just now coming into fruition. Yeah. That's just now coming in. But if you're not being mindful and whatever, God could be answering prayers right now that you prayed forever ago, and you're just not realizing that. And I just, like, the power of prayer is insane. And I think for me, the most I've ever seen, like, prayer just, like, so powerful for me is personally in Haiti. I think that here we, like, in America, we have our own demons. We have the distractions of social media, the news, friends.
Right.
We can shop wherever we want. Like, we can literally do so many things. We have so many distractions. There's so many things I could just go leave the house right now and go do. In Haiti, we are behind a wall until we leave that wall and we go out and do God's work. I don't have a phone to text my friends. I don't have internet connection to be able to see what's going on in the world right now. You're just completely out of the loop. If you turn into a bad corner, all you have is Jesus, and that's all you need is Jesus. But I think in America, or just at least for myself, like, I'm speaking for myself, I have so many distractions here. But when I'm in Haiti, like, I've never been in more prayer in my entire life. As soon as we leave our house, if we're leaving our house and we're going to City Soleil, I do not stop praying until we get from our house, until we get into City Soleil. Because all you have to depend on is Jesus. Like, that's the way it should be. Right. But sadly, I get caught up in my own distractions and worldly things.
And you can feel so comfortable here. Yeah,
and like, literally, like, we're leaving Haiti and the car breaks down and we're like, are you kidding me? Like, we're trying to leave Haiti right now because there's a little bit of civil unrest, and now we're just like stuck and we have no idea what's around the corner. We have no idea who's on the same street as us. Right. And we're all just like, okay, like, let's just pray. We all pray, and that van just starts chugging as slow as it can. But we get to the airport and here we are, still safe. And the power of prayer. If I would have been here in that same thing, I've been like stuck in my phone, like, what's going on? But all you have is Jesus.
And I think that's a very practical example of how prayers are answered, but also don't expect a prayer to be answered in a certain way, because oftentimes God answers our prayers in ways we would never expect. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Like, I could be praying for money to pay my rent because our rent's due, and God doesn't just
He's not going to just put $800
money in our bank account, but he gives me an opportunity to babysit for a family, or he gives me an opportunity to, go pick up a quick job somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
God answers our prayers in practical ways, and he answers our prayers in ways that we wouldn't expect.
Yeah, I would just say, like prepare for the unexpected. But also we have such an amazing God that sometimes he does just answer our prayers because that was in his plan. Like I didn't want to jump into a marriage and have to work full time right away. And I didn't want to have to live in a brand new state, in a brand new city, and have to travel 40 minutes each way. And I just prayed like over and over again, like, God, like, please just like, if it's your will, please, I just pray that I can work close to home. I pray that I don't have to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And now I'm working part-time. Ben is working, and my job is 30 seconds down the road, baby. So sometimes he just answers them just how you prayed them. And it's not because of anything I did necessarily. Right. It's just because it was also in God's plan and it was God's will. So pray scary prayers. Pray prayers that, like, I don't know, pray things that you're thinking about, but also just be thankful to God. I think that's another thing is so easy nowadays. I wake up so sad some mornings, and then God just like checks me really quick. Like, you're sitting on a couch, you have a roof over your head, you have food in the fridge, you have 3 meals a day plus snacks, you have a job, you didn't have to scrounge up money to be able to pay rent. You have a TV in front of you. You have a beautiful Christmas tree in the corner that you haven't put away yet. And I'm just like, and I'm sad about what? Like, I have brothers and sisters in Haiti. Like, I lived in Haiti for a year. I went there in the summer. I went into City Soleil. I saw these people that have nothing. But they have one thing. They have Jesus, and they still praise him. And they're still just so filled with joy. And I'm like, why is Kalista throwing a fit on the couch when she has so many things around her? But I guess like you can also look at that too as Jesus is the only thing that can help you and bring you happiness, because it doesn't matter how many things or items you have. It's not going to give you a ticket into heaven.
Yeah. I think
but be grateful for what God has given you.
One thing I've always tried to keep in check is I pray a prayer saying, God, don't let me ask for more things than I'm telling you I'm thankful for. We have so many things we should be praising God for before we start asking him for anything. So
yeah, I think too at church a couple of weeks ago, the pastor had brought up something like pay attention to your prayers and like see what the first thing that comes out of your mouth is. And I thank God for a lot, but I like got on my knees before bed and I was like, dear Jesus, I pray that you will. And then I was like, thank you for everything that you've given me. And I just think that it's okay to pray. God tells us to pray. He wants us to pray for our brothers and sisters that are hurting, but he also would probably love to hear that you are thankful for everything that he's given you too. So when you're in your prayer life, make sure you're saying thank you to God and thank you to Jesus. And yeah. Good
stuff. Thanks for doing this with me, babe.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Once again, I'm sorry if I was all over the place. I had work today, and Ben was like, I'm just going to throw a quick outline together. So I just kind of jumped in, and hopefully we stayed away from controversial things. I have a really hard time saying that word.
Hopefully you guys got something out of it.
Yeah, I hope you guys got something out of this. And I think, too, one thing that I just want to put out there quick is I like watch people's podcasts, and I watch people on YouTube, and I think it's easy to like be like, wow, they've really got it figured out. But I just want to say that I am literally listening to myself speak, and I'm like, eat your own words, Kalista. So I just want you to know that we don't have it all figured out, and we aren't just like crazy supernaturally in touch with the Lord. And I sin, Ben sins, and I'm definitely going to reflect after this podcast. And I just wanted to add that because I think that it's just good to be super real with people, know that we all struggle, know that we're not perfect. So sure.
Totally.
I definitely am going to take some of this message and feed it into my own body. So
definitely. I appreciate that. No, I appreciate the humility and just reflecting and saying, hey, I don't have it figured out either. So let's figure this out together and let's pray for each other. So I think we need more of that.
And hopefully we didn't do too good, because maybe Sammy and Joe are going to lose this gig. Just kidding, Mom and Dad love you. Peace out.
All right, that's it, guys. See ya.
See ya.